I want to be a good director, but I suck. My first directing job was a nightmare. I was in my 20s. My entire crew was over 40 and they hated me. Worse, to be really honest, I had no idea what I was doing, right? We've all felt like that. Like you just got a job and suddenly you're like, holy crap, I don't know how to do this, right? So let's talk about how to survive that. Hello, I'm Miguel Parga. I'm the best-selling author of What They Didn't Teach You in Film School and Make Your Own Movies. And I've been teaching people film for over 18 years. And I've made every mistake in the book, so you don't have to. All right, so let me tell you what happened. I had just moved from New York City to LA. This is early 2000s. And I had worked in production already for a decade. I'd worked for ABC News, so it was big production, big sets, live TV, lots of pressure. But I had never been paid to be a director. I directed my own movies, my own little shorts, my own projects. But again, nobody had paid me to be a director. So now, fast forward a year later, I'm in LA and boom, I got my first paid directing gig. I mean, in New York, it would have taken me 10 years and 10 people dying in line in front of me for me to get a shot, okay? But LA is a place that moves fast, right? If you got confidence, if you got skills, you'll go places. So I show up and my crew is much older than me and much more experienced, and they are not impressed with me, right? You could feel the tension in the air. They're like, who is this kid telling us what to do? And to be honest, when I look at it from their point of view, they had a point, right? Looking back, I was in over my head, but somehow I pulled through. So let me give you the 3 things that saved my butt on that job. And, they may save yours. So whether you're a filmmaker or any type of artist fighting imposter syndrome, listen up. Okay, tip number 1, preparation is everything. So production is 90% preparation. Before you step on the set, you should know your shot list, your storyboards, your floor plans. You should know them forwards and backwards. Because look, here's the secret. The better you know your plan, the easier it is to change your plan. And I know that this sounds counterintuitive because you're planning to do something specific. But the more specific you are with that plan, the easier it is for you to adapt. Okay? And when chaos hits, and it will hit, it always hits, your brain's already prepared to adapt, to make the changes. And people notice. Okay? Preparation just makes you look calm and confident, even when inside you may be terrified. That's exactly what happened to me, all right? My crew expected a clueless person. Somebody didn't know what they were doing, and I showed up organized as hell, okay? Now, that day, half my plan got tossed to the side because it didn't work. But the other half, it did work. And the preparation earned me their respect. All right, tip number 2, stay calm and direct on. Look, you have to be a stoic. I'm going to recommend to you read Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, because when things go wrong, and they will go wrong, your reaction sets the tone. The reaction of the director sets the tone for the entire crew, right? Your crew, they may know more than you, and that's okay, right? So if the DP or the gaffer comes to you and asks you something you don't know what they're talking about, you go, that's interesting. Show me. What would you do? And here's the key to this. You're going to listen to what they have to say. You're going to listen to their plan. If their plan is better than yours, do their plan. You don't have to be the smartest person on set. You just have to stay composed. And trust me, when people feel heard, they'll start trusting you. It'll turn their skepticism into a desire to collaborate. Tip number 3, let your crew shine. All right. Sometimes you'll get a question you don't fully understand. For example, a DP comes to you and says, all right, do you want a 35 or a 50 for this shot? And let's be honest, sometimes when you're starting out, you don't know the difference. You don't know what it'll do to the shot. So here's a way to get out of that. You say, okay, show me both. Let me see. And you make a decision. If you don't know exactly still which one is best, you can ask that person, what would you do? Remember, they're the ones with the experience. If you give the person the ability to contribute, they'll thank you. I mean, I don't know how many times that attitude has saved my life on set. I mean, it's crazy. So remember, you don't need to know everything. You just need to have a vision, and you need to let your crew do their job. Now, here's something that sometimes happens. You want something, but the crew member doesn't want to do what you want them to do. It's a tricky situation. So here's the way usually how I tend to solve this situation. I go to that person and I say, you know what? You were talking about that. It made me think of this ... That ... is what you really want them to do. But what you're doing there is giving them credit for the idea. Okay? Let them have the credit. That way they feel heard, you get what you want, or at least portion of what you want, and it's a win-win situation. Here's the truth. Every director, every artist at some point feels like a fraud. You're not broken. This is just part of the growing pains of working in production. Okay? When you're in over your head, keep your calm. Stay prepared. Keep working. The rest will catch up. If you want to learn filmmaking without film school, without gatekeepers, and without going broke, check out my free roadmap, Filmmaking Without Film School. It breaks down exactly how to learn this craft from scratch, step by step. Join my mailing list so you can get it for free. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more filmmaking lessons and behind the scenes stories. And remember, don't just direct your movies, direct your